Tonight, Chinese developers' plans to transform our Lindeman Island to an international resort. Adani's Big Sell, a new campaign launched as jobs set to flow into Mackay and the Bowen Basin. A man allegedly leads police on a drug-fuelled chase. A mini tornado tears through a Queensland cane farm. And 20 years on, never before seen footage of Princess Diana released by her sons.
This is 9 News Mackay with Samantha Heathwood.
Good evening. The police helicopter has captured a driver's desperate dash for freedom. 9 News brought you the story first, and now police have released the dramatic footage of his arrest.
Suspected of being high on drugs, the driver ignores every road rule in the book. Brittany Klein, 9 News.
We're just months away from a $600 million makeover of Lindeman Island, well and truly cementing us on the world stage with a 6-star resort. The island's been abandoned since Cyclone Yasi, but Chinese developers are bankrolling it all back to life.
A new level of luxury set to draw tourists to the Whitsundays. Reece D'Alessandro, 9 News.
Research happening in our own backyard is paving the way in renewable energy. Waste from sugarcane is being used to generate electricity in the hope one day the industry will become carbon neutral.
It's an important commodity, literally powering the city. Nick Kelly, 9 News.
The Imeo Surf Club has reopened following a major renovation. The club says the new facilities are a major improvement with dedicated areas for training and patient treatment. Mackay is bracing for a jobs boom from the proposed Adani megamine. It comes as the company attempts to counteract controversy surrounding the massive project with a $1 million ad campaign.
From the air, a blank canvas, soon to be this. Reece D'Alessandro, 9 News.
Residents from the Mackay, Whitsundays and Isaac regions are raising awareness of domestic violence. The Million Stars project will be assembled at next year's Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast. Checking fuel prices, and unleaded in Mackay is sitting at an average of $1.27.8 a litre. The fair price is $1.21.5. Police Commissioner Ian Stewart says officers are doing everything they can to monitor more than 100 terror suspects currently in Queensland. But the police union is warning a lack of resources is putting our safety at risk.
Radar vision, electronic car disablers, Timavia, 9 News.
Religious zealots found guilty of destroying a Brisbane war memorial say they won't pay for the damage they caused. The group from the Catholic Workers Movement still don't believe they did anything wrong when they ripped a priceless sword from the cross of sacrifice.
Barefoot and punished, but these members of the Catholic Workers Movement are unrepentant. Claire Hunter, 9 News.
Senior government ministers have today talked down calls by the opposition leader for Australia to introduce fixed 4-year parliamentary terms. The Prime Minister had signalled he was willing to discuss it with Bill Shorten, but many in the coalition believe there's little appetite for reform.
Bill Shorten ramping up his campaign for 4-year fixed terms. Kerry Yaxley, 9 News.
The federal government will investigate restricting the export of gas in a bid to keep household electricity prices down. It's feared millions of Australian car owners who've had faulty Takata airbags replaced. 9 people have died after a suspected human trafficking operation turned to tragedy in Texas. At least 17 migrants are now fighting for life after being found jammed in the back of a hot truck.
Late at night in a Walmart car park, Lizzie Pearl, 9 News.
Police have been called in to boost muscle at Queensland's embattled Child Safety Department. For the first time, social workers will partner with detectives so children are better protected and abusers get what they deserve.
Side by side with police, the people responsible for child safety. Shane Doherty, 9 News.
We've had some relief from last week's below average temperatures, with minimums warming up across most parts of the state today. Nicole joins us now for a quick look at the weather.
Sam, cool single-digit minimums won't spread as far to the state's north tomorrow. Queensland's southeastern centre will have the coolest minimums, getting down close to freezing in some spots, almost right up through the Queensland coastline. Minimum temps are thankfully returning to average. A bit of cloud about in the state's north tomorrow with some possible showers. Clear skies along the coastline further south, but will they stick around this week? I'll have more on that soon. Sam.
Look forward to finding out. Thanks, Nicole. When 9 local news returns, should 2-year-olds be playing with fire? The Queensland Childcare Centre that's put in a fire pit, encouraging youngsters to take risks. Tearing through Queensland cane fields, incredible footage, a mini tornado. The urgent warning, a laptop left charging explodes. And we reveal how to make the most of those Centrelink allowances, rebates and entitlements. A Queensland kindy is polarising parents, introducing a fire pit into their playground. It's part of a controversial new trend to encourage children to play outdoors and take risks.
Playing with fire. Hayley Webb, 9 News.
A young woman has been burnt by flying batteries after a laptop exploded while charging in her bedroom. It looks like something out of the American Midwest, but it happened right here in Queensland. Moving like a tornado, this oversized whirlwind swept across a rural area at Bargara near Bundaberg. Unlocking the hidden cash in Centrelink in a 9 News exclusive, we reveal how to make the most of every allowance, rebate and entitlement. That special report coming up a little later in the Bulletin. Ahead in 9 local news, he's the huge TV star found guilty of assaulting his girlfriend because he filmed the abuse on his phone. Queensland's cheapest car insurance deal ever, double discounts and immediate cash back. And the popular baby food that claims to be healthy, but what's really in it will shock you. He graced our TV screens in 2 reality shows, posing as a ruggedly charming farmer looking for love. But today, Lachlan Rolfe's larrikin persona came crashing down as the Married at First Sight contestant was found guilty of assaulting his girlfriend in front of a 2-year-old child.
He always claimed to be a lover. Gabrielle Boyle, 9 News.
It claims to be almost entirely fruit and vegetables, but nutritionists say popular children's food high in shred. New research shows the average car insurance premium drops dramatically by up to half by the time you reach 65. But many are missing out on those savings. Consumer group 50 Up Club has just launched its best deal yet that could save you big on car and home and contents insurance.
Disability pensioner Sue Walsh knows how important every dollar is. Tessa Hardy, 9 News.
Hidden for decades. Coming up next, William and Harry's never-before-seen family videos with their mother on the 20th anniversary of Diana's death. Swimming champ Michael Phelps goes head-to-head with the Great White. And how to increase your Centrelink benefits, the hidden money you could be accessing. Plus, see what happens when a snappy visitor drops in at the beach. The world's greatest swimmer has taken on the ocean's greatest predator. Olympic legend Michael Phelps went head-to-head with a great white shark. There'd certainly be no hanging around if you spotted one of these in the water. Prince William has revealed he often talks about Granny Diana with his young children George and Charlotte. The Duke of Cambridge and his brother Harry have spoken candidly about their efforts to keep their mother's memory alive since her death 20 years ago. They've given the interviews for a new documentary, Diana, Our Mother, Her Life and Legacy.
I thought it was quite a special picture.
In London, Michael Best, 9 News.
Paul joins me now with sport, and a familiar face rejoins the Broncos.
Thank you, Sam. Guess which Bronco back is back for the Broncos this week? Jordan Spieth now has something in common with Tiger Woods. Michael Matthews does what only 2 other Aussies have ever done before. A former Bronco could come back to haunt Brisbane in Friday night's match against the Eels. Parramatta playmaker Corey Norman heads into the clash in career best form, but he'll face a Brisbane side that's finally back to full strength.
After 5 weeks out nursing a broken thumb, Adam Jackson, 9 News.
Jordan Spieth has become just the second man to win 3 majors before the age of 24 in a drama-filled final round at the British Open. Michael Matthews has become just the 3rd Aussie race. And minus Kate Campbell after the medal ceremony. A halftime talking to from Jonathan Thurston has spurred on Tamare Martin to help the Cowboys beat the Warriors by 12. The Warriors started strongly before Martin and the Cowboys' older heads took control of the game.
Even a season-ending injury can't stop Jonathan Thurston's influence on the game. Tom Fowles, 9 News.
The Cutters have come from behind to secure a stirring draw against Papua New Guinea. Mackay was waning in the second half against the top-of-the-table Hunters. To basketball, and the Meteorettes have failed by the narrowest of margins to topple QBL ladder leaders the Capitals at Candlestick Park. Wasn't quite as close for the Meteors, going down by 8 to the Capitals.
The Meteorettes out-rebounded the Capitals, but their low shooting percentage restricted them from ever taking a comfortable lead. Keziah Sullivan, 9 News.
Sam, that is a look at sports for the night.
That's great, thanks Paul. Up next, we reveal how to make the most of every Centrelink allowance, rebate and entitlement. And Nicole has all the week's weather details. Checking finance, the share market has dipped. The All Ords down 33 points. Our dollar's buying 79 US cents and $1.07 in New Zealand. A young mum has turned herself into a Centrelink crusader after being forced to survive and thrive on payments. She says her guide can be used by anyone from parents to pensioners.
Kylie Travers is a survivor. She's been to the brink and back. Alison Ariotti, 9 News.
This famous retreat is now available for a weekend getaway. It even has a barbecue and, of course, a pool room. Here's Nicole now with the weather.
Thank you, Sam. It was a balmy day in Mackay after a chillier few days last week. 13 to 25 degrees today and sunny. In Rocky, a bit cooler with 10 to 27. Coastal temperatures have returned to average, but inland minimums are still a bit cooler. 8 degrees at Moranbah this morning and in Emerald 9. Maximums around the mid to high 20s right across most areas. In the state's southeast early this morning, the mercury plummeted. It was the coolest morning of the year so far there. Elsewhere, though, temperatures were warmer than last week, back up around the July average for most areas. A large high is bringing stable weather throughout the southern half of Queensland at the moment. Clear skies continuing to drive down minimum temperatures. Up in the north, a ridge will deliver a bit of cloud and some light showers to coastal areas. In the south tomorrow, minimums won't drop quite as low as they did today. Coastal areas across the state will stay in the double digits. The southeast interior of Queensland will see the coolest temps, a few isolated areas dropping down again below freezing. Looking across the country, troughs in the south are creating gusty showers, getting warmer in Alice Springs with 6 to 27 degrees and in Darwin, a warm top of 33. For our capital tomorrow, sunny with another chilly morning, 6 to 24. Across the state, a few showers in the far north, a bit of cloud, down to about Mackay, mostly clear further south with warmer minimums than today, only dipping to freezing in the very far south of the state. Taking a closer look across our region tomorrow, we're seeing inland minimums dip below average again, a cool 7 for Moranbah, Emerald to 8 degrees and a top of 26 there, down to 4 at Billawheeler, a cooler maximum at Yeppoon tomorrow with 23 degrees, the warmest max up to 26. Boaties, if you're heading off the coast of Mackay tomorrow, you'll meet southeasterly winds, up to 20 knots and seas at 1.5 metres. Off the Capricornia coast, southeasterlies up to 15 knots and seas to a metre. It'll be fine in Mackay tomorrow with 12 to 24. Then maximums at 25 up until the end of the week, warming up a little bit into next weekend. A bit of cloud about, minimums staying around average, 13 degrees on Wednesday, dropping back to 12 for Thursday and Friday before warming up a bit further into the weekend. For Rocky tomorrow, it'll be 10 to 26 and fine throughout the day. Minimums staying at 10 degrees right up until Friday, getting a little bit warmer on the weekend with 11 on Saturday and then up to 12 for Sunday. Still with warm maximums around 27 degrees, a little warmer on Thursday at 28. So Sam, it is nice to see those minimums warming up.
Yes, I like the warm. Thanks, Nicole. It's 9 local news for this Monday. I'm Samantha Heathwood. Thanks for joining us. A current affair is coming up next from all the team. Have a great night.